watched my previous videos about the treble clef and reading the notes on the treble clef. If you haven't, doesn't really matter, you can do bass clef first and then learn treble clef second, that's absolutely fine, doesn't really matter. So here we go. Bass clef notes. The thing I find is that while people are very good at learning their rhymes, all cows eat grass, grizzly bears don't fear ants, okay, they find it really hard to locate where these notes are on the keyboard, because there are obviously several G's and several C's and several A's and so on. You've got your octaves, and therefore you've got loads of notes to choose from. Alright, it's worth mentioning at this point that you might use different rhymes. I use all cows eat grass, which seems to be a very popular one, and then I use grizzly bears don't fear ants. You might use green buses drive fast always, or grumpy badgers don't fear anything, or whatever. So it's up to you what rhyme you use. These are the ones I use. Okay, so we're going to look at where these notes are placed, and to start with we are going to talk about our middle C, because that is our anchor note, okay? And I'm actually going to go backwards down these patterns, because middle C is positioned at the top of the bass clef. So I'm going to use this note here and locate that one first. To do that, we need to look at the note just below, which is B. And I've put it very light coloured on the keyboard there, just because it's not particularly important to, it's not one of the rhyme ones, but it is important to counting down, so that's B. Then you've got A. Okay, here's A, and it's there on the keyboard. And that means you can then find out where this grass, this G, is. There it is. Okay. Oh. So very, very important that you notice where that note is. And then I'm going to fill in the other ones as well. So now you can see we've got all cows eat grass. This G is the grass G. Okay, couldn't be this G because that's above middle C, it would be all the way up here, and it can't be that G all the way down there because it's far too high up, it's far too close to middle C. Alright, so that's the first part, and the second part of the video is going to teach you about the lines. Hi there, so we've already learnt about where the spaces are located on the piano keyboard in relation to middle C, and now we're going to look at the lines. So the line rhyme is grizzly bears don't fear ants, and it starts from the bottom line and goes up. But to help you locate these notes, I'm actually going to start with the top note because that's near middle C. Alright, so I'm going to draw you middle C again here. You can see how close the A is to that middle C. So you've got your B, and then there's your A. And then from there, we have got all the other left-hand notes. And so here they are, and I'm going to read you the rhymes. I'm going to start with the lines. Grizzly bears don't fear ants. And the ants is really close to that middle C. And then all cows eat grass, and that grass is really close to that middle C. Now if I were you, I would have a go at playing each of those notes on the keyboard, and as you play them, say the word. All cows eat grass. And then do the same with the lines, because I think that's really helpful. Okay, final video today for this set. So for the bass clef set, you have got your bass clef stave. It is sitting just below the notes of the bass clef we've just been looking at. I will first highlight those notes in the colours of the rhymes. I will also highlight middle C in bright red because that is your anchor note. I will then name the letter notes so you can see them in the rhymes, but you can also see them next to each other. And finally I will show you a nice emerging scale up with the dots, with the notes, okay, as they approach the up to middle C from Grizzly Bear G. Here we go. So there's your lines, there are your spaces, there's your middle C. Lines, spaces, middle C. And finally, here are the notes. Watch that stave and watch them travel up the ladder. Boom.